Dugout, and guess what? We have done the unthinkable. All the time we are late today. In the first time in the history of the Dugout,
We are before time.
we are before time. 10 minutes before time. We
Yeah.
thought that why not give you a surprise, and instead of being late, be early. But truth be told, it's not that we've done it because of the largesse of our heart or anything. It's primarily because the toss happens at 6:30 and the match will start, and then we will not get enough time to share with you what a fine day two of my colleagues have had in the winter sun of New Delhi. They were out and about chasing the goat. Some may agree, some may not, but
Yeah.
the goat of Indian cricket, who was out in his full glory, the king. And what happened there? What is it that they picked up? What does it mean for Delhi cricket and for Virat Kohli? We're going to try and break all of that down. But before we do that, just a reminder that it is double delight for Jasprit Bumrah. Yesterday we spoke about him being the Test Cricketer of the Year, and now, no surprise, I think we discussed it yesterday, that not just the Test Cricketer of the Year, he is the Cricketer of the Year. And again, on cue, he has been given that award that has just come. What he's done through the year, all those details we're not going to get into because Siddharth's already done a video on that. So if you're interested in knowing what he has done, do check that detailed video of Jasprit Bumrah being named the Cricketer of the Year.
Yes.
Just the basic is that he is the 5th Indian to do it. There were 4 before him in Ashwin, Dravid, Sachin and Virat Kohli. No surprises there either. But I have 2 questions and all of us will quickly try and answer that. One, because I'm not trying to do the comparison, Siddharth has done it, who were the competitors close to him and why Bumrah deserved and not them. So I'm not getting into it. But my first question is, which is something that we discussed yesterday about Test cricket. Can you think of any other cricketer dominating all formats as Jasprit Bumrah has in a calendar year?
Only Virat Kohli.
Virat, the year that he won the award.
Or even 2016.
Because that was also the time
He
that
won
Virat
it in
was.
18, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
because that was also the time that Virat had that, stupendous 50 average across all 3 formats as well. So,
But I think Virat twice, 2016 and 2018. Dominating across all formats. 16, I mean, he had an average of 100 in T20.
What about Ben Stokes around the
1920
period?
1920, but was he that consistent?
No,
Okay,
he
Test
was
and
clutch.
ODI, but not in T20.
He was
No, and he was
clutch.
also clutch. He performed in most of the clutch situations. That's why it
That's
looks
what
like
I'm
that.
saying, because not only did he help England win the ODI World Cup, then played that outstanding Test knock
Heading
as well.
Test knock heading.
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
But he didn't have a good T20. He had a good T20 in 2022.
And I also feel that Cricketer of the Year is more about consistency and the kind of impact you have left all throughout the year, rather than winning on those big occasions. That definitely defines you as a player overall once you leave cricket. But as far as ICC Cricketer of the Year is concerned, I feel it's right to give it on the basis of consistency and the impact all throughout the year, not just about being impactful on certain occasions, but just maintaining that
also
consistency.
two
Although I will
very
agree.
staggering numbers about Jasprit Bumrah. I was looking at players who have picked up more than 70 wickets in a calendar year. Muttiah Muralidharan makes it twice to the top 5. He averages the least. There is an Anil Kumble on the list. There is a Harbhajan Singh on the list. There is
A Shane
Muttiah
Warne
Muralidharan. There is a Shane Warne. He averaged the best. Yes, Muralidharan got about 90 wickets in one of the seasons as well. And more than, and around 85 I think in another season. But the average, Jasprit Bumrah's average was the best. That's one. The other stat, which is a standout, because the Cricket World Cup happened very close to the heels of the T20 World Cup in 23 though, but his average, his economy in the T20 World Cup was much lower than the ODI World Cup. We're talking about the shortest format of the game, and that's where he averages better than the ODI format of the game. So just
Although I would say
mind-boggling.
Stokes was unlucky to have not won it. He deserved it in 19 and 20, but I think Bumrah's miles ahead. Miles ahead.
I think
I
it
was just
had-
thinking of other contenders.
I think 1920 was just that year. I think 20 because there was this
What
huge,
about
huge row, huge,
Joe
huge
Root,
Joe Root,
after 23, I'm not 22.
What about Head got the WTC as well
Yeah,
as the ODI World Cup?
But again, definitely on clutch situations, he was the one who stood up on each
But the
occasion.
ODI
all throughout
World Cup,
the year.
man, he started his tournament with 100.
Yeah,
the
but
tournament.
but he did not begin the tournament as well, right?
Oh, he started with
Started with
100.
100.
No, yeah, but he came into the tournament a little
Later.
Yeah.
Yeah, against
Because
New
of that
Zealand
injury,
he came
yeah.
back, and that was 5 games old already. But then,
But injury is another matter.
yeah, that's another matter. Okay, if you exclude...
BUMRAH also missed few games because of injury.
But I think it was more about being consistent. I think all throughout the year, BUMRAH on each given day, he has definitely left his impact. He's been that game changer. Would have had or Ben Stokes or
the
Joe
only
Root.
game changer player.
Yeah. So would have
I
there.
believe in the
Only
I
Jesse
believe
Bhai.
in only Jesse Bhai.
game changer.
Game changer Jesse Bhai.
Game changer player Jesse Bhai.
See,
That
to
is
do it
full-
in 2 formats consistently throughout the year, no one has matched that. Head, very inconsistent in T20 Is, except for against India. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Root, not
That's
a
an
white ball
important
player,
aspect.
only a test player. Harry Brook,
now a white ball player also.
Pal Royals. But and also here, he will be there in the ODIs. Harry Brook, flat track bully.
No, Harry-
honestly.
Harry-
He has a long way
Yeah.
to go.
Long way to go. Yeah. He had a good year.
Smog, he sees. He has to first get over those things.
Smog,
Smog,
sea
breeze.
breeze.
Jaiswal is ahead of
Sea
Harry
breeze,
Brook at this
small.
point.
Although I am very
Not
surprised that Cummins didn't make it to the contenders list. Much more impactful than Head, if you ask me. Captain and with the ball. BGT or even this entire 2024 year, Cummins has been outstanding.
That's where cricket I think has failed. We don't have the impact index.
There was a
There was.
matrix called impact index.
But
But it was very complicated.
complicated.
Yeah, because you can't understand the methodology. That's why it didn't
Yeah,
work.
I know.
But it used to measure.
Because as MS was talk about Ashwin and other bowlers as well, mostly about Ashwin, that you tend to forget. You see the wickets column only, you see the economy average, just those couple of columns depending on what you want to see in a player, and you forget what situations or which batters he was bowling at. So that's important as well. The scorecard doesn't tell you the entire
the
story.
other question I wanted to ask, we picked his best spell in red ball cricket yesterday, our best. Now because he's won Cricketer of the Year, we already picked a best spell for
There's
red
actually
ball.
a spell I was thinking about it later that we forgot talking about his spell in Cape Town.
Yeah.
We did mention it though.
Six
Passing
for-
mention.
There was a mention. But now because we did that, and today he's won Cricketer of the Year, white ball spell, you'd like to pick one? I'll start.
No, you did that yesterday.
I'll start. That spell versus Pakistan.
By the way, since you
Lauderhill.
started and you mentioned, and no, Siddharth talked about he took away mine
Yeah.
because you took away his.
I
Jasprit also, he was recalling all his test wickets. It had to be the Oli Pope wicket.
No,
He-
but that was one wicket.
Yeah,
We were
so he
talking
said,
about a spell.
of all the wickets, like there's one that stands out for me, and that's the Oli Pope wicket.
For me, if I have to talk about his white ball spell, see, everybody will talk about the final. He was a cheat code in the final. But I think that spell versus Pakistan.
Pakistan.
He's stolen mine.
Yeah, exactly. Pakistan.
Again in New York.
In Lauderhill, that's what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in New York, you're right. You're in New York.
Yeah,
That,
New York, no, not New York.
yeah, New York,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
right. The one where he got rid of Mohammad Rizwan.
Rizwan.
Correct.
That
Both the
was
times. That and the 50 over World Cup as well.
No,
Yeah.
he gets Rizwan and then he follows up. I think he
Yeah.
had 2 overs left. So that whole spell, because from there they were winning. Just turned the game.
120 was made defendable only thanks to Jasprit Bumrah.
Agreed.
I think we should just rest it here.
Yeah,
because it's difficult to top that one.
Why not the final?
The final also.
Final also, yeah.
Final-
But final, a lot of like
Arshdeep
Arshdeep bowled well,
yes,
Hardik
bowled well.
Everyone chipped in. That game,
Also,
one game
because
changer
you
player,
were forced,
Jesse Bhai.
you were forced to bowl Bumrah before as well. You couldn't preserve him right towards the end also. You had to bowl him, otherwise the match was gone.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, that was clearly the best spell. Don't want to take any credit away. But I have to say Rizwan also kind of contributed.
Yeah.
To the shot
The
that
cross-
he played.
cross-
The shot
batted
wasn't,
cross.
the shot wasn't to be played.
Actually,
He was
the
set up.
better
It was a
delivery,
very clear
the better
setup.
delivery was the one in the World Cup over here in Ahmedabad.
In Ahmedabad.
that
That
cutter.
off cutter.
That cutter was
Yeah.
There also he actually changed the game.
yes.
Yes.
Pakistan were going good.
Game changer player.
Jesse.
I only believe in Jassi Bhai. So, yep.
Okay.
Unfortunately, ODIs he didn't play at all in 2024.
You played all of three, yeah.
We are going to get talking about the topic of the day, which, as you all know, is
Kohli's day out.
Kohli's day out. We will get Siddharth and Shashwat to tell us something more than what they already have said in their 20-minute long live. But before I get to that, I had to just mention Mr. Firoz from the UK. Because I got a message through somebody, through Manoj. our colleague, he sent it to me. Because we discussed the sweater yesterday in the show and how rare is it to get that sweater, he has sent me a link of where you can buy those sweaters in the UK.
Whoa.
But no, it's not.
That is a
He's
collector's
actually
item
like
then,
the official store merchandise. So thank you to Feroz, because a lot of people were asking,
Yeah.
not only in office but outside of it. Put it in the description. Yes, I'll send it. What I'll do is in our chat, thanks to Feroz, I'll put the link. Any one of you interested in an original hand woven wool sweater, cricket sweater, which is so rare. They used to be. Today we saw Virat Kohli wear it. By the way,
Yes.
Just Virat Kohli, the whole Delhi
the
team.
entire team was wearing it.
It
I'll
felt-
try and find out from DDC also where they got
No,
it.
that you can take now from them. It was just for one game, I guess.
Arey, I'm saying I can find
Yeah,
out
yeah,
where they
yeah.
got it
Where they
made.
got
No?
it
So if
from,
you want to get it made in Delhi, you can. But I wonder whether the quality of the wool will be the same. That's the only thing. But the look will be complete look if you want. So I'll even paste that in the description link. So any of our viewers also who are keen and wanted
Is
to
it a
get
standard jersey for in all international teams? Is it the same wool, the same thing?
I'm guessing at international level they must be getting the very authentic good
Authentic
quality
one,
wool.
yeah.
But it's all now changing into very machine-made stuff and,
Machine-made, yeah.
and jumper kind of things. Now you see, no? In ODI cricket, when they get cold, they wear that sweatshirt kind
Sweatshirt,
of a
yeah, correct.
thing, jumper. It's not the same.
Yeah,
That
it's
wool.
not the same. Yeah.
So anyway, I'll
Yeah.
post that. Now, let's get to Virat Kohli, who was also wearing a very smart sweater.
Yep.
Came in his Porsche.
Porsche,
The number is 0018, as everyone knows. That's his number.
Yes.
Two. So yes, who's going to go first? Give us something. You have told us what he did: back foot, front foot. He came in. What more can you tell me?
I mean, this was very surreal what we witnessed on 28th of January.
Today,
It was like, really, are we covering Virat Kohli in a Ranji game? It's not happened for 13 years. So that feeling itself was like, okay, let's pinch ourselves. It's real. He's playing with all the Delhi. Imagine, we were just discussing outside. Ayush Badoni captaining Virat Kohli.
no. What today? I want to know from fans, from players. What did you get to know? Were they excited, jumping with joy? What did they learn? Everyone.
See, they were waiting very patiently outside the gate where Virat Kohli was supposed to go. Half an hour, 45 minutes. The moment they opened the gate and we saw Virat's 0018, everybody from nowhere, they just came, Virat bhai, Virat bhai, Virat bhai. People, it's reaching a fever pitch at this point in time. Tomorrow and day after, when the stands are thrown open, there's going to be a deluge of people wanting to see Virat. The excitement is there. And is Virat coming tomorrow? There is a very 50-50. No one has said with certainty that he's coming. But some players whom we spoke to, they said he might be coming.
No, apparently, what I was reading somewhere that the manager has said that that he's told him that he might come.
He might come, yeah.
But anyway, it's not unusual for players not to practice a day before the match. Like Indian team does not.
Yeah.
They do an optional. Yes, Mr. Shashwat. Did
So-
you feel you've gone to Firozshah Kotla before? I'm guessing few times. Did you feel a different
Yeah.
feel in the air, energy in the air?
I was about to say that only, that I had a very different day as Sidvi sir had. I sort of did not. I was expecting much more than what I actually saw. Not too many fans, to be honest. Just about not I think not more than 10, 12.
No, but that's also because that's also valid point. That's his opinion. Also because today, in practice, firstly, people didn't know what time it is. We guys are in the media, so we knew. Secondly, not a lot of them are allowed inside.
Yeah.
Right? When journalists were not allowed inside, some of them, then how can fans reach there?
Yeah.
But on match day, when they throw open the gate, I'm sure they will go. Huh.
Yeah, so I personally was expecting many more people, because I think a lot of it was sufficiently available in on social media that he's going to be practicing tomorrow with the Delhi team. When once I reached and I realized that is not the case, there were not too many people waiting to catch a glimpse of Virat Kohli. Then I was expecting maybe once the players come out, then maybe we would feel that excitement, feel that what actually that atmosphere would have been inside there. But even when the players came out, I happened to know a few of them. I don't know. I didn't.
Who all do you know?
No, I cannot be taking names. But anyways, But once that happened, I think because it was a shortest practice session today, that's why not many players were able to get the opportunity to interact with Virat Kohli, which could have been the case. I know those visuals of him having that warm-up session, that football game, have really are doing the rounds on social media. But I think that was I think that started at about 9 o'clock, 5 minutes to 9, and ended at 9:30. Even before that, if I'm not wrong. And then he headed to the nets. He played specifics. One thing that has definitely changed, and I also realized in the morning, was that maybe now that thought of realization has started to come for Virat Kohli, because he's working on the mistakes that we've seen are sort of repeated again and again, be it the short ball, be it the left arm spin problem and all of these things. But left arm spin again sort of was the problem in the net today for him as well. Harsh Tyagi, the Delhi's left arm spinner, he's been playing for quite a while now, has been played for India under 19 as well. He went on and troubled Virat Kohli a lot. And then he again had a few throwdowns again, fast bowlers and throwdown specialists. And then he headed back home. It was the mix. Some
You
players.
tell me, you spoke to the players. What did they tell you? What did they learn today?
Yeah, exactly. I was about to get to that only, but there was nothing special that I felt. There was no special energy that I could feel from anyone. Definitely, everyone would have had those goosebumps. Lots of them told me that everyone was trying to show off their skills, sort of impress Virat Kohli, of course, and that will of course happen when there is somebody like a Virat Kohli. But nobody actually got the opportunity to interact with Virat Kohli. What we would have thought, we would have wanted that once the senior players go back to their state teams and get back to the dressing room, they end up talking to the team, especially Delhi, who's not been in the top of their form since many years now.
But that's not what I heard. I heard that firstly he came, he did that warm up with the team. Then when he was going to the nets, Ayush Badoni was batting, and Badoni
he was sharing the net with
but
Virat.
Badoni, this is what I read reports about. Badoni got a little bit flustered. Now Virat is coming to bat. He must have been there 5 minutes before or whatever. So I said, no. He told him, you keep batting there. I'll take the next net and we'll keep shuffling. So he had that conversation. Then apparently they had puri chole for him puri sabzi for him today in the ground. They had prepared DDCA, but he said, no, I'm not going to eat that.
So then he had kadhi chawal.
But he had his favorite kadhi chawal, which is a healthier meal to have. So, and he had a great time. In fact, he, I heard, was telling his manager, which is, for those of you who don't know, Mahesh Bhatti, he used to be the manager during his under 19 time as well. So he was talking to him a lot. Yes, Delhi manager. And so he's, in fact, praised the facilities there, the practice pitches that were available, went and saw the center wicket as well. And he was happy with the center wicket and told them it's good. Spent a lot of time talking to his under 19 manager. I saw a picture of him hugging his childhood friend whose son had also come.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a nice picture of him doing that. Now, bacche ki jaan loge kya? But what else do you want him to do in one day?
No, I'm not saying that he did not bond. I'm just telling you what I felt. This is what I personally felt, what I asked. But I'm not saying anybody said that Virat Kohli wasn't welcoming or Virat Kohli did not talk to them. It wasn't the case. It was just that nobody got that opportunity. Maybe he was busy with his practice, and everyone also heading to the next game of the Ranji Trophy are also in their zone right now. And maybe they talk once the game begins.
Maybe tomorrow they'll have a bigger interaction.
No. Even if it doesn't come tomorrow, my point is maximum interaction happens during the match. When you're fielding, and Virat, like, he's that kind of a person who cannot be quiet even while fielding, right? So he'll have that chatter if he's standing in the slip with the keeper and everyone else.
He did do some slip fielding also today, I heard.
He did.
After the 1 hour net session that he did, in which, as Siddharth and Shashwat both explained, there was a lot of emphasis to back foot play.
And front foot play.
Outside the crease. The one other thing I read about Virat, like I remember Perth, we saw him a good, good distance away from the crease. He was taking the guard.
6 centimeters, that's what you're saying, right?
6 inches.
6 inches, yeah.
6 centimeters, yeah. So, but none of that was at display today. Today he was batting from much within the crease.
Yeah.
That's one. The other thing, we talked about football. Incidentally, when he was talking to Bhatti and he was coming down the pavilion, the football had already started, and everyone then turned to Virat that, okay, Virat's now come. There was that brief moment of pause. He joins the team, he teams up with them, he likes football, as we know. I noticed whatever little I wanted to notice, because football excites me as well. So he was playing as a winger. That's what I noticed.
Yeah.
He was playing at the right wing.
There was tremendous energy in that football warm-up that was there. Yeah.
From the right wing, then he moved to the center of the pitch as well. So he was involved in football.
But see, you are seeing from the outside.
Everyone wanted to impress him with his football though. But in that 15-minute match that took place, Virat was easily the best player of those 20 players that were.
Of course.
There is a video of his which has gone viral. I know. He said, "I'm a very good footballer." He is saying it himself. He's saying, "I can shoot with my left foot, my right foot, and
Wow.
that.
India missed the
I can play a
football talent.
winger. I can play a defender. I can play an attacking player." Seems like a very good.
Yeah, he played that celebrity versus cricketers game also. Na? There he was the captain.
Yeah, but there Dhoni looked the best.
Dhoni is a
I
good
saw that
footballer.
match.
Yeah.
But you are only saying things, Harshit, that you saw from the outside. He is getting inside information. Nah, Shashwat.
No, I'm not.
You are
Nobody
that-
has given me any information.
You just said you
I'm
spoke
just
to
telling
players.
you. No, I just spoke as in they were coming out. I asked them.
See, I'll tell you one thing that I did notice. Whatever, from the outside. One, I think he was having fun. And I have a feeling that, see, I've not now, but been saying it for good 1 year, 1.5 years, that all he needed was to come to Delhi. Because this is going to get his groove back. I always felt he needed to come here, do these things that he's doing, or according to Shatwa, he's not doing. But I'm saying this, mingling with
But
players,
yeah,
eating kadi chawal,
we've had that
doing his
conversation
nets,
before.
doing that conversation with Ayush, with his manager from under 19 days. They must have spoken. I believe both
In
the
fact, they
batting
were
coach-
laughing quite a lot. They were in conversation for a long time. His first
No.
conversation, the first person he met was Bhati, and then this other fellow that he met as well.
Sarandeep and he.
No, that's what I'm saying. He had a long conversation with the coach in Sarandeep. He had a conversation
Yes.
with the batting coach who was there. He spent a lot of time talking. My point is, this is what he needed. Now, this is the time to unwind. See what happens if you're in that same circle, same setup in Indian team, same throwdown expert, all of that. He needed a change of environment. He needed to get back to his roots, familiar surroundings where you started. It gives you that boost. Now he's going to be staying at home, eating mummy ke haath ka khana. By the way, that is another superpower. You get, it's a superfood that gives you that boost that you need. So all of that will happen. Either it's happened by his own choice or happened by coincidence because BCCI's diktat. It may have happened because of that, but it's happened. And good thing is it's not a 1 day, 2 day. He's made these chota trips where he's never had the chance to go play. This will be after 12.5 years, a full-fledged time where he'll be spending a good
Week or 10 days.
here,
Week. Yeah,
a
because
week
then-
here, doing all of those things. In the middle, okay, today he didn't have the puri and chole. Tomorrow he could. Day after, when it might come in lunch. All of these things will help him connect. Today he met a few of his childhood friends. Slowly and steadily, some others may come.
You will see his
who don't have
childhood
time.
coach also. I'm pretty
Correct.
sure.
So they'll
day
all
one, day two
be
of the match.
there, and it's not about cricket. Cricket he can learn in Alibag and London, wherever else he gets competent coaches. But this environment will not come. So I have a feeling this is what he needed. We have been saying it for 1 year. All he needed to just go back to his roots, and his superpowers will come back. And he's done it. And you will see that one thing he needed will happen after this.
Yeah.
This is it. This
30th
was-
I really hope that that actually happens and that helps. But the only thing here is that I know that this definitely helps, but is this happening just once? Suddenly change that everything has been happening for so long? I don't think so. And I have my reasons for that.
Shashwat, I know what you're saying. So you are talking about how will it change domestic cricket? I'm not talking about that. I'm not.
No,
looking
not even for him
long term.
personally. I'm saying even for him personally.
No, for him, it sometime, as I said, you're going through a bad phase in life. 1 week trip, like you were starting your work and you were not sure what to do. What did you do? You went to Thailand for a short trip to rejuvenate yourself.
Don't even start that.
I'm just saying. So it's a short trip. Am I saying you went there to buy a house, to settle down permanently, to be there? No, you did a short trip.
In the case of Thailand,
But no, it's not a good example. I'll
it's
tell
not a
you
good
why.
example. Yes.
I did it on purpose.
But after that, you don't want Virat Kohli to be taking a long break.
I know that. But my point was exactly that. My whole thing is that it's not, you're saying that it should keep happening, then he'll improve. No, my thing is, no, sometimes it is that 1 week. It's not about what cricket. See, this
I'm
domestic
saying,
cricket.
I'm saying, I totally agree with you. Even once, if you go and do that, that truly happens to you, and that sort of changes everything. That once you say, na, when you're coming out to bat and the ball hits the middle, you know that now suddenly you're back in form just by that one shot. I get that. But what I feel is, I'm not questioning anyone's intent here, but I feel for that the intent also should be there. I'm not saying it will be a great thing that if that intent is there and things suddenly change from here. But the only thing I also feel is that I'm not going to be too happy or too excited about this very soon, because what I've also seen is that suddenly now seeing that all the players who played the first round of the previous round of the Ranji Trophy are now not playing Ranji Trophy. I was just reading Sunil Gavaskar's recent column in which he also said that if the rules now suddenly are to be believed so much, then according to those same rules, if a player is injured, he should be going to the NCA first, get the clearance and then play. Those rules are still not being followed. This is a rule that's, I'm trying to say that this is a rule that's what I feel is that this is being
Shashwat,
doing.
I'm getting what you're saying, that this is a tokenism, it's happening.
Yeah.
I understand. No, you're not getting my point. I'm saying I agree to all that. You are talking about a bigger debate of how to take domestic cricket
It
forward.
will
and
fire his
getting-
mojo
I'm
back.
not
Even for
saying
him
that.
personally, till the time he doesn't want it, that one
But
thing
he-
will
it
also not
doesn't-
change.
It's not a question. No, I'm just saying you've had 6 months of hard work. Okay, after that you burnt out. You're not being able to do anything. Okay, you don't know how to figure things out. Or you're sitting for an exam and you're not improving, you missed it. Somebody from your family takes you, you don't want to go, takes you 1 week to the hills. I'm just saying, and you come back. You have not decided to do it. Your heart was not there, but maybe you come back and you can do better.
Reinvigorated.
Yeah, I'm not saying that your point is a larger point.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that this is going to be a catalyst, I feel, because you've been saying it for long, that there's sometimes it can happen, as you say, one day can change things in person's life.
Yeah.
I'm saying this 1 week will, because he'll reconnect
Because
with his
see-
root. I'm not saying domestic cricket is changing, the mindset has changed, all the problems have been sorted out. No. Maybe they'll not come back. You saw that if you were so keen for domestic cricket, you would have played both the matches, a lot of their players. They're not happening. I'm saying this 1 week, without him realizing, will do, sometime you need some mental freshness to break the...
You see, when Virat first took his long break, 1 month, he didn't touch a bat. That was a very
Asia Cup, prior to
it was
the
a very
Asia Cup.
unique way of trying to come back into that right mental space. This is not about the tokenism bit. What we saw today at the Arun Jaitley Stadium, Virat was typical Virat. Approached the game with intensity, approached the thing with tractor, with the same kind of thing, like how you would do for an international game.
Yeah, that I
So
totally agree.
doesn't that show his determination?
Yeah.
And no, my thing is, forget if it's one time or not. My point is that instead of taking all of this lightly, he is taking this seriously.
Yes.
And even if you say that he's not doing it for Delhi cricket, hypothetically, if I was to assume it, even if he's doing it for himself, that's going to help Indian cricket, no, eventually.
See, there is no collateral damage here. Delhi are anyway not in the race for the
There
qualification.
is no
okay?
collateral damage, of
Sorry, I
course.
remembered one thing. But he's also, just on the thing I got to know, little birdie told me that he also spoke to the Delhi boys together. You know what he's told them? That's why I'm saying this about, other players, what he's learned and what he's not learned. He told them that, listen, you guys started the season so well, and look how you've tapered down. This is not the culture of Delhi cricket. So he's told them, from now on, whatever going this match, going forward, I'll just tell you one thing, कि दिल्ली वालों की तरह खेलो. How the Delhi guys really play. They never crumble down, they go up. So he's had that. See, this is what I said was passing of baton. You and I also can say it. Maybe their coach can also say it. Their friends also must be saying it. Their family also must be saying it. But it makes a difference when Virat says it. No, same Virat when he was a youngster, we were talking about under 19. Maybe at one point, Virender Sehwag would have said it. Or, Gautam Gambhir would have said it. And him as a youngster growing up, it would have made a big difference for him also to hear something like that. And that's what he's done today.
It will not help the growth of the domestic system in India. It's not going to happen overnight, okay?
But it's a start.
It's a start. It's at least a token start that we have gotten. Okay, Virat might have been in the zone. He didn't play. I mean, I know. I was also there when you asked the players. Like, oh, he didn't. Some of the players. He didn't speak much. Isn't it?
But what do you want? You want him to have one-on-one with everyone today?
He might have had. He had
sit
it in
and
the
have
ground.
half-hour conversation.
No, I am not saying that I have any
He has
problem.
to drive back.
No. He wasn't driving, na.
Up. Drive back meaning...
No, but
the road.
he had a PCR with him who would have cleared the traffic, na.
No, it can't.
No,
It's
no,
not
no,
easy. In Delhi, trust me. And
It's
you have
not.
to go from one state to another.
See, there was a special police vehicle that was there.
he'll get
It'll
an
always
escort,
be
yeah.
there, okay? Ayush Badoni also had his own
No,
bodyguard.
no. I was getting that those bodyguards were by the DDCA for today, for
Yeah.
Virat. So they helped Badoni also get out and a few more
Yes.
senior players of the team get
Yes.
out.
So, see,
not
Virat
a
at
regular
this point in time, you cannot fault him for his intensity and for his commitment, okay? That was evident by the way how he practiced.
I'm
It
not-
was-
I read something very interesting also about, this was a bunch of 20 players we're talking about, inclusive of Virat Kohli. He had only played with 2 players in the past.
Navdeep
Saini and Himmat Singh.
Himmat Singh, yeah.
So everyone else around,
Of course, if you want to look at opposition, he might have played Ayush Badoni in the IPL.
that's IPL.
Yeah. So 3 overall if you look at it. But then see, that's what 3 players. Again, people need a refreshment like who were there when he last played for Delhi? So that was the thing. I mean, you had a Virender Sehwag, you had a Parvinder Ravana, you had a Gautam Gambhir, you had Ashish Nehra, you had all of them. They were still active cricketers. Bhuvaneshwar Kumar was also there. So that is why the landscape has changed. But this is going to be Virat Kohli, we'll see. Although, one disclaimer. We have seen this far too often in practice sessions. If he pulls it off on 30th onwards till 2nd, then we can safely say, yes, he's back for a bit.
No,
I'm saying
all I'm trying to
back
say is
meaning this
The
is a
mongrel.
catalyst. Slowly it will come back.
The mongrel is
Trust me,
back.
The mongrel will be back.
what I was trying to say, it wasn't about specifically Virat Kohli. I was just trying to tell the whole perspective of
Yeah,
it.
that I agree.
that,
I'm not saying one day, one time you come and practice, you play one Ranji, now everything is solved. No,
No,
obviously
I'm
not.
saying why I'm not getting too excited is because I'm seeing that all the players are playing unanimously just one game, either that or this. And when it's about following the rules, it's still not happening. So what I'm realizing is that we have seen this happen earlier also, where rules have come in, gotten implemented for a couple of times, and as soon as things get better in Indian cricket, things go back to normal.
See,
That's all I'm trying to say. Because if
BCCI
rules
That
are
we
to be
agree,
followed,
we have spoken
then
about
even
it.
KL Virat Kohli should have gone to the NCA first. Then
I agree.
yeah.
We have discussed that. No, that's what we do with the dugout. Every one of that have said that. We also said that we will see when this happens. But I'm saying things are changing. No, like for example, you were not ready to believe that Virat will play Ranji.
Yeah.
But he's playing, no?
He is playing.
I told you that it's not, maybe it may not come from within, but because now there is okay, you might do it as a tokenism, and everyone, you're right, has only played that one game for the namesake. But at least it has reached that stage. Remember, there was a stage where you changed the venue also to thinking that they will come.
Yeah.
But they did not.
Legally.
So from there to now, you at least playing one game. Something has changed. But I was talking a larger picture about what it will do to Virat the cricketer.
Yeah.
Maybe it will do it without him knowing.
See, it
unknowingly.
is time of Prayashchit. What you did for 12 years, you're doing Prayashchit now. Bhale it is called tokenism, but it is Prayashchit for all the mistakes that you
Prayashchit
did.
is atonement, yaar. What atonement does he see?
12 years, you
Indian
sidelined.
cricket,
You
atonement for
sidelined
There is no
domestic
atonement
cricket.
in this.
Of course.
It's a rap
Just
on.
starting now.
You're starting to do it.
We'll
na?
see if it happens for the next 2 years.
It's just a token gesture at this point in time, but it's a positive token gesture. I know it's ironic, but that's how life is.
Why we have already seen it. The why isn't Rohit, Yashasvi, all of these players playing? It's already
Mumbai versus Meghalaya.
Yeah. Even Delhi is playing Railways, na then though.
But Railways are at least in contention
But
for the
still-
knockouts.
No, but Delhi isn't in that case then. Even Mumbai,
So
Meghalaya
Delhi are
over
the
there,
underdogs.
Even Mumbai could get a little. It could get a little,
No,
little
Mumbai
difficult.
are in
It's
tatters.
not a
They
question
can't.
about who the opponent is.
Then
It's
why
about
aren't they
their
playing?
intent.
Yeah, then why aren't they playing this
That's a
time?
valid question. All of us knew that they were not going to. Because you've heard from Rohit Sharma, who came at the press conference that day, that we don't have that much time. We are busy. We're playing all format. We
But
can't.
if time was the issue, then how come Virat and KL are playing now? They also are in the same team that
They
Rohit.
didn't play the previous one, so they got the break then.
They got
Now
the break
these ones
then,
won't
yeah.
break before they start.
See,
over
Rishabh
there.
Pant is
Whether
not
it's
playing in
right
this
or wrong
game.
is a different debate.
Yeah. See, Rishabh Pant is not playing in this game. Railways versus Delhi, he's not there.
It's only Jadeja who's playing another.
Jadeja is playing both. We don't know about Shubman Gill whether he'll play Punjab's next game. So there's a KL Rahul is playing Karnataka versus Haryana. So that's a big thing.
He also didn't play. He was also injured.
So
He was
but I
injured,
told
yeah.
you, now whether you do it as a tokenism, everyone has to do that. It's like, you're going to the lecture, you have no interest. You will not even hear the lecture, but you have to go sign the register. Right? It is that.
You need 75%
Everyone is
attendance. You need 75%
That's right.
attendance
So
to
it
sit
is
for the
start.
exam.
At least one time you have to attend, then only you'll be allowed to sit in the exam.
Yeah.
Exam is England series. So those who don't go sign the register will not be considered. That's why I was telling you that day that even though you may have your doubts or whatever, but everyone will go and sign the register even once.
What is
'Cause
exam?
now
IPL, not
the-
England. IPL.
No, but IPL to they'll practice for in the England series.
In the
No,
England
this-
series.
This is going to happen. No, but I'm saying if you want to be in England, you go play. If you don't, if you want to risk not being part of that team, you want to see, or you're daring the BCCI, okay, I won't play, let's see if you pick me or not, then you're being adventurous.
So Sarfaraz will be dropped because he didn't play the Ranji Trophy.
He's not fit.
But injury, na?
He has an injury. And he, I think, has gone to the NCA now.
I'm not too sure.
But
about
in his case, he can go also, na. So that way he can.
Yeah.
There's a
that.
low
Also, you have to
hanging
go just once for the sign.
signing register.
But that also you should. At least that you should have made a new excellence center. Someone has to use it.
No, there are a lot of
There
players
are,
who
yeah,
use
yeah.
it.
But those are the age group cricketers and.
No.
No,
senior
these
players.
guys, the ones that
yeah,
are
वैसे
There are
playing
some
in
who
the-
stay there very often
yeah.
and for long periods.
Their franchises don't want them to be fit.
I want them to be fit. That's why they're there.
Won't be that
then
desperate.
they should stop playing.
No, that they won't be that desperate then. Because franchises want to send their
Don't play for
players.
India.
In the latest
No,
reel,
to
see, a
the
latest
stage
reel
they-
I'm getting is with Hobart Hurricanes winning the BBL. Every RCB fan is now like,
Yeah.
yes, ee sala kab namde is baar bhi. After how many years, I don't know.
So
So,
you've picked them, na? To
in the knockouts, that they'll go to the knockouts.
Top 3.
Top 4.
Yeah, top 4. Sorry.
He said they somehow scraped through.
They
and
scraped
that's
through.
a good enough reason, regardless of.
This time, Virat.
I know
confirmed
Delhi Capitals isn't making it, so
That
don't
is
vent
not-
out your.
That is not the discussion, Siddharth.
It is the discussion.
That is
who,
not the
who will
discussion.
captain other than Virat now? RCB?
These days, there are many names going on. Suddenly.
Rajat
Rajat
Patidar,
Patidar, Bhuvneshwar, Krunal.
Krunal.
Virat has to be.
Virat should captain. Yeah.
Has to be. Okay, quick reminder, the toss has happened for the third T20I. India already leading the series 2-0. And once again, 3 times out of 3, India have won the toss, no surprise. They have
Drum
asked,
roll.
They have asked England to
Bowl.
back.
India will bowl, but
Yeah,
England
they've
will
asked
back.
England
yeah.
to back. That's
Back,
what I was
yeah.
saying there. And so it's the same thing that has happened in the 3 matches so far.
Yes.
But the big news, of course, Mohammad Shami is
14
playing.
months later.
But as we had reported that it's not that he was injured or anything,
Yeah.
and that is something that Panchu Kotak also said.
Not a good venue to be making your comeback at.
But that could have been Eden also. Who knew
Yeah.
at that time? So, and we knew that they will make him play a couple of games here
Yeah.
because they are basically going to be seeing him more in ODIs. That's the format that they are considering him for.
Yes.
But maybe a couple of T20 games.
You're
will give
easing
you
him
an
into the
idea.
ODI mold at this
Correct,
point.
correct.
But no Arshdeep.
Yeah, I was about.
Yeah, but
You've
that's
gone in
alright.
with the same combination. Are you fine with that?
What do you going to like with getting an Arshdeep out? It's not that Arshdeep is on trial, right?
Yeah.
No. What I'm trying to say is the combination. Just going in with 3 times in a row, going in with the same combination of playing just 1 full-time pacer and 3 spinners.
Yeah, but it's
Because
worked
that-
for them. How
no.
do you? I was not a big fan of it, but they won. the
But
first
last
2
time you
games.
almost see again that
Last
extra
time Hardik bowled exceedingly well.
Yeah, Hardik
Yeah.
did bowl, but again, I don't know. I still would have gone with the extra bowler so that maybe you would have contained even them to a smaller target and then gone after
No,
that.
I'm not a fan of that. But you can't argue against success.
That's only because we've been winning. Last time you could have ended up losing despite having so many batters. So that's clearly not going to help in the longer run. And maybe this is the combination that the team is going to go with moving ahead because maybe they are also planning for the 26 T20 World Cup to be played here. So it's just the same approach that they are going to have then also of playing this with this attack, with batting so deep, playing in just 1 full-time pacer and then the spinners because somebody suddenly starts playing spin well, then you don't have a backup option.
And more importantly, they may be playing it around the same time, February, March, where it will not be that hot. It will be slightly cooler. It will be similar conditions to what you have this time in January. So maybe you don't need guys who will spin the ball square. You just need to guys who will skid the ball through.
But Vishnu, again, you need bowlers in the sense of picking wickets and containing runs as well. If somebody like a Bishnoi, somebody like an Akshar Patel,
Which
if they
you
don't
got.
have a good day, they can even go for in excess of 40.
Then you got a
45
Varun
runs.
Chakravarti as a wicket taking option.
But even just Varun Chakravarti, I'm saying if a Bishnoi and Akshar Patel, either one doesn't have a great day, you have nobody else to go back to.
Washington's on there.
But again, all of them are just one-dimensional bowler. If there's a team who can play spin, fine. Not
Yeah,
an England
but
team.
they're
They can go
different.
after these spinners very easily.
No, I've said I would have gone with another fast bowler, but I think that But all spinners are quite different. Bishnoi is a very different spinner to a Varun Chakravarti, who's very different to a Washington Sundar, very different to an Akshar Patel. So there is a lot of variety. So I don't know if you'll get a batter who plays all that. Couple of them are like medium pacers only.
Yeah.
But again, are they the best
Yeah.
spinners in the sense of, just the
But I think in T20 cricket that's working. If it was Test match cricket, I often
Yeah,
said
no,
that.
that I totally get that,
I'm
but
beginning to
one
feel
bowler
that
shot.
in this new philosophy that we're now seeing, Kuldeep may not have a place in this 11.
T20.
Yes.
Yeah, possible.
Or maybe
He might in place of Bishnoi.
What?
Bishnoi is doing very well.
But he's always getting dropped. He's
not-
the easier one
I
to get
know,
dropped.
but
So instead of Bishnoi,
that
you'll play
doesn't
Kuldeep.
make it right. No?
I know.
Because
but we are
it's three
saying-
matches on the trot that you're going with one pacer and Hardik Pandya. Is this and first time you didn't use as many bowlers, but the second match I think you used 7 bowlers, including
also bowled.
one over
Yeah.
from Abhishek as well.
And he got a wicket.
He got a wicket as well. So 7 bowlers. I don't know. And if the idea is, and you look at the fact that there are players who are offering exactly the same skill. I'm talking about, let's say, an Aksar who gives you exactly the same thing, a Washington Sundar who gives you the same thing. Batters who can bowl a little more than a bit, let's say.
Aren't
Handy
they bowlers who bat a bit?
Washington is a batter who can bowl a bit.
He started off as a bowler.
Yeah, but
He is
Aksar
now-
is a bowler who can bat. See, what I'm
whichever way, I'm saying
I think both of
The-
them are more batters who can bowl.
idea now is
T20
They
cricket.
start off like that.
Yeah,
They
they
didn't
didn't
start
definitely
off,
they
yeah.
didn't start off
Hardik
like
is a
that.
batter who can
So
bowl.
my point being, the more the series progresses and more so I ideally would have wanted to see 2 specialist fast bowlers today, given the surface. In Eden and in Chennai, you went with that approach. It sort of, I would agree, I'd take that as tactics. But now I'm beginning
No,
to
but
feel.
To begin with, I didn't agree with both those games.
Neither-
But
yeah,
it
neither
proved
do
to be
I.
right.
I'm saying
No,
if
they're
you
right
want to
to
go
argue
with that
from the
philosophy,
game. Yeah.
if you want to
But
go
then
with
again,
that
that's not the right
philosophy,
way to
But
go
you-
about
then
it.
maybe Chennai is at least the place to be going with that
But
philosophy.
you are going with this because you need batting.
Batting,
till
yes.
the
But that's
But
what
they
So
back
what
also
that
like
we're not
means
talking
is-
about this because we're winning right now. As soon as it doesn't happen,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's
See,
the right
when
way
you're
to go
winning,
about it.
okay.
So in such a, it is completely, it's in stark contrast from the team that won the T20 World Cup. Here you have 2 to 3 bowlers in your top 5. Tilak can bowl.
Abhishek can bowl.
Abhishek can bowl.
Except for
But
Sanju,
those
every.
are one over.
Yeah.
bowler.
But
I'm
this
saying
is
that
not,
is fine. Count them as your 6th and 7th bowlers. Don't go in with just one fast bowler. Even if you get one more fast bowler, you're batting as deep as right now. And it's not going to make
No, then
too
you will
much.
lose out on one spot. Then maybe
you
one
lose
of
out on
the-
one spot as a batter, either Washington Sundar or a Bishnoi
See,
for that
in the
matter.
current-
You lose on a Bishnoi, then it's not going to change too much.
The current mindset of the Indian cricket team is we are taking the team based on the opponent's weakness. Because
That's the case, that's fine.
Because look at England. Have they improved their game against spin in these last 2 games? No, they haven't. Of course, they hit more sixes as compared to Kolkata. In Chennai, they hit more
But
sixes.
they don't have weakness against spin bowlers. England.
Huh?
It's only because your weather is not great. They're not.
Yeah. See,
Otherwise they can play
okay,
spin very well.
they were undone by smog in Kolkata. They were undone by sea breeze in Chennai.
Yeah.
They'll be undone by Kathiawadi food in Rajkot.
They
Okay,
wouldn't have had that.
I don't know. What else would they have had?
Maybe from
From
far
England?
off desert, the dusty winds will come.
No, it's not that far. I mean, Kutch is very, very far from
So
Rajkot.
it can come now. They travel hundreds of kilometers.
Yeah.
Dusty winds.
And at that, okay, it's on the outskirts of Rajkot, the stadium anyway. So yes,
Can reach
it can happen.
And they go in your eyes and then you.
Yeah, but the weather is fine in Rajkot at this point, so no complaints. But I'm saying Kathiawadi food is much more the factor here. I don't know whether they would have had it or not. See, what is the excuse they'll come up when they go to Maharashtra? They are now playing 3 games in Maharashtra. Vidarbha, Marathwada and Mumbai. All 3 states in Maharashtra are getting a game. So Pune, Mumbai, Nagpur. So what is the excuse you going to give there? Nagpur Oranges.
Okay, let's take a few questions before we wind up.
Yeah.
We've got Mr. Dahi Bhalla. He says, I hope Kadi Chawal had onion pakoras in them. Of course, you have to have onion pakoras in them.
Aloo pakoda.
Aloo
Yeah, it would have not had.
And mix.
See, he didn't have the puri because it's fried, so maybe not the pakoda also.
But you have to have the pakoda in
Yeah,
curry,
yeah,
otherwise
yeah.
it's not a curry.
That,
So
without
it says
that,
winter afternoon Kadi
That
Chawal in
Kadi
lunch.
Chawal came from where? ITO.
No. That was organized.
Organized.
From the
Caterer.
own catering.
Catering?
DDCA, no?
Okay,
DDCA
okay.
organized.
DDCA catering,
huh?
yeah.
So, winter afternoon Kadi Chawal for him reminds him of his time in IIT Delhi mess.
Wow.
Hope he had cornetto too. Obviously not. He wouldn't have cornetto. He would firstly not be having ice cream, and even if he does, he might have that no fat, no sugar. No, natural also has sugar. Like no fat, no sugar.
Only
those
15
kinds.
calories.
Those kinds, like we get here.
Yeah. This one's 21. So I said 15 because he'll manage to find something that's even lesser.
Sure. So Bamsai says, you people say BCCI should treat all players. Is the media treating the players the same? You do coverage of Virat plays, but not XYZ. But that's normal, no, Shobha?
No, we do all Ranji players.
Yeah, but we do. But what is the harm? I mean, what are we living in a fool's paradise or? I mean, in every field.
But this is to do with resources also.
It's not a
This was
question of
close
that.
by for us.
My
We had the
point
resources.
is,
We
it's not.
as many of us could be there.
If you had the resources also, you would not know what is there. The thing I can't understand. Is he?
He's saying that we've done it more for Virat than for
Of
other
course,
players.
he is the biggest name in Indian cricket. What's the big deal? I can't understand.
But I'm saying we
It
did
is
it for
a-
the others as
yeah,
well.
no,
And
we cover, but depends. It'll depend. No, we will not cover for some others. Virat is not my auntie's son, that I will just ensure that he's covered.
But it
He's
would
the
have been
biggest
great
name.
if he was.
No, but even it doesn't matter. You cannot. Any player, Virat also, when he was playing cricket like a regular player, also he didn't get covered. He's become the Virat that he is. So you're going and covering. Tomorrow, when Ayush Baduri becomes as big, then it'll happen. The same thing will happen. When Himmat Singh becomes like that.
Rishabh
whoever.
Pant, same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's part of the life. Everyone is more interested with that. So what's the harm? And it's not just restricted to one player. The circle carries on.
Yeah.
Many come, many go. They become big names, and it's good. People have interest, so we cover whatever there is.
If I just want to add Shobhan Sai's point, damned if we do, damned if we don't. That is the thing we live on.
What is wrong?
What is wrong in it? I mean, see,
You cover the big names only. No?
Exactly.
You are watching a Grand Slam when Djokovic is playing, or Sinner
Yeah.
is playing, or every other match you are covering. No, but 5 years ago you wouldn't have covered a Sinner's match. Because
exactly.
now you are.
Yeah. Raj from the US is saying, good points, Nikhil. Even for people like us who have lived abroad, for half of our lives need to come back home to do what we used
That
to.
was my point. He may not have done it in intention. I'm telling you this 1 week here. Sometime they, tick a few things.
Says, and I remember with the first time that you said this here, I was in complete agreement with you then as well, because I hear it very often. I have really very dear friends who staying abroad, and I speak with them more often than people that I speak with in Delhi. And when I talk to them, and those conversations happen for
Why are we
hours at
treating
time.
Virat like an NRI?
No, but it happens.
That's how we are.
The number of
To be honest, that's how.
Even if he was staying in Bombay, I was still saying it. This is before he moved to UK. I did not say it with that intention. All I said
No,
was,
but it's a truth. If the idea is to allude at him spending a lot of time in London, it is a matter of fact, and he can choose to be there.
I'll
It's
give you
completely
a
his right to be there.
story about Kishore Kumar. You know how
Yeah.
talented he was, and he lived in. So his village was
Khandwa.
in MP, Khandwa.
Khandwa.
Yes. So quite often, see, he was a superstar, right? Not just as a singer, an actor, everything, multi-talented person. He would break away from that glamour life where he had to attend parties and be with the celebrities, and he was a big name himself, and go to Khandwa.
He would
So-
talk to his trees there.
Yeah, he just, so, there is something that
The
would
roots.
help him, for him to be that creative. He got that source
Yeah.
to be creative. And same way, Virat, like,
I don't know why he's amused
Virat
about it.
Superbars, I'm giving you an
It's
example.
true, but
I'm
it's
giving-
true. These things
sort
are
of
true.
Parallel thing, it happens.
Yeah.
Automatically, sometime.
In fact, only
And
yesterday.
I could be wrong.
Only
It may not
yesterday-
happen. Maybe a slump continues. Who knows? But my thing was not from today, from a long time, because he had tried everything, and you cannot fault Virat from not trying. Even he's trying now. It actually shows his determination, his will to succeed, and that he wants to be on top of his game. He's trying, but if it's not happening, sometime you think, and we're only well-wishers. That's why even I was thinking, what is it that he can do?
Yeah, when a
this-
Josh Butler, and we reported it here, right, just a week back, when a Josh Butler says families are a must. What is the whole idea of having your family when you're away 2 months away from your native place? That you feel that you're at home, you're in a secure space. That's what family does to you.
Yep.
So these things all add up.
And if he is only skeptical about because his trip to Thailand did not turn out the way he wanted. So he's saying nobody's trip is going to be successful.
So
maybe his trip
that,
to Delhi
it's
will
the
be
whole conditioning that matters.
My only point here is again because now this will all look like that I am getting against Virat, but that's not the case. What I'm trying to say is that I don't know. How the way we are talking about it just feels like a very third person.
He's a third person.
No, in the sense that these are things that could all the way change things for him.
You
It's just
can't
that-
you can't fight your niyati, Shashwat. When you are wanting to say that you're not against, you end up being against because of the arguments that you yourself spin at this point in time. It is your niyati.
How it could backfire a bit is if he gets to single-digit scores. I hope that's not the case, but that can dampen his
The
confidence.
results of what he's doing not going to be immediate only.
Immediate, yeah.
course.
See, what we've
See, but
learned.
he needs a respectable
So
score.
Kumar didn't come back from the village. The greatest song he didn't produce. Na?
Look,
Take time.
in this
So I'm not
Ranji-
saying he needs to score a 100 either.
But
Good
again,
for him if he does.
Harshit, the problem is, see, in this Ranji trophy,
If he gets runs also, he will say,
it
what
is on
the
a
bowling
knife
attack?
edge.
What is the pitch that was there? Though he scored in Ahmedabad also, na. He scored in Perth also,
Perth,
na. But when it
See, the problem is, Rohit, Yashasvi, when they failed, their failures were highlighted more, but their successes won't be talked about because of the nature of the opponent and because where you're playing. Here, if a Virat Kohli scores a 300, they'll dismiss the opposition. Oh, it's only railways. But then if you fail, you'll be talked more.
Because
You
when
do
you
that
look at
and no,
Ranji as a
no.
ground-
This is, but you
when
do
you
the
look at
exactly
Ranji as
the
a
same thing when a player is scoring runs continuously in the Ranji Trophy. We tend to say that he's scoring runs against minnow oppositions.
But again,
But
and
in
that's
their
how we
case,
take-
in their case,
don't pick players in Indian team.
In their case, it'll be said this because the high standards that these guys have achieved, and for the number of international matches that they've played, failure at Ranji should only be, those instances should be far and few between.
that's the problem. See, we are...
They are expected to succeed over here.
See, when was the last time an individual who's played over 120 tests played a Ranji trophy game?
All I'm trying to say, Vish, is that just what you say, I'm just trying to say that again and again. Now that a Rohit Sharma, Yashasvi Jaiswal, a Shubman Gill, a Virat Kohli have played Ranji Trophy, according to me, that should not be glorified that much or talked about as much as...
Ye
it's been
praischit
doing.
hai, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
because again, these are the things, these are very basic things that each cricketer does. Growing up a Virat Kohli, or there are so many players in that dressing room who have dreamt of being in that dressing room.
No.
Now suddenly it's about if two players...
you are talking very ideal things. For example, now when BCCI organizes a press conference with a selection, we got very happy, na. But actually,
That
it
is
should
also
be-
not right.
That's what I'm saying. It is actually a normal thing. But what happens when something is not happening and it reaches a level where you're getting 0? When you go back to 5 or 10, you can't say, "Arey, 100 was the norm. Why should we be happy
No,
with
I'm
5
saying,
and 10?
I'm saying that
you
is also
don't
fine,
be.
but we should not also get happy that like the things have
But
It's
come
that,
back on
Shashwat, we
100.
started from the... I've been saying it since we started the discussion,
yeah.
yaar. What do you want us to say? Everyone has said that. That God, it is not, does not mean domestic cricket. We heard your point. Everyone
See,
agrees on it.
this is...
Now, what should we do?
This is an...
Should we stop doing any discussion on domestic cricket till Virat Kohli plays 14 matches?
Not again about Virat Kohli, just
Anybody,
Virat Kohli.
okay, if Rohit Sharma. So from now on, we'll not talk about domestic cricket till all of them play one season. I understand your angst and your pain, and we established that right at the start. But now what should we do? Now, because he's playing one match, we should not discuss about it. We should not talk about it. You should not go and cover it. We should not do it. Please tell me. What is the
I think we've discovered a small oasis in a desert. That's the way I look at it. It is
Correct.
a desert.
But this we established
Yes.
half an hour ago. We are
But
back
let's
to what we
acknowledge
saw
that
1
it
hour
is-
ago. No, this is
it
not
is-
it. What's the point of doing it one time? We know that view before you even said it.
Oh,
We've said it
he's-
10 times here.
Opening the bowling.
Yeah, for the last 5 times we've been saying this is not fair. This is not to be
Yeah.
done. I agree that. Now
Yeah.
what to do?
Yep.
What can we do? Now tell me. You give me a solution.
We go and do our work. That's it.
I think we should just watch the match.
Now, because Shashwat says we're not going to talk about till they all play. We're going to take Abhilash's comment. He says while everyone is debating ending and not promoting star culture, what is the media doing? Playing to the gallery and ramping up engagement and views. I know for the world of me understand. Abhilash, if you're not interested in Virat Kohli or him playing, don't watch the video.
Exactly.
Don't watch the show when there's Virat Kohli's name. Don't
Abhi-
bother.
Abhilash,
I can't understand these sanctimonious
holier than thou attitude.
lectures that are there. Everyone does that.
Yeah.
Then why is the 200 million followers on Instagram for Virat Kohli? Very unfair. Everyone plays cricket, yaar.
Exactly.
The poor
Everybody
guy,
should
they
have 200
work
million.
very hard. Arshdeep Singh plays that many matches.
Yeah.
Why is he doesn't have it? You guys, why do you guys are watching only matches when he's playing? Please tell me that. Answer that. It's very easy to sit back. Media is nothing but a reflection of you and your own mindset. Stop watching Virat Kohli. Why does a big name get the most brand endorsement? Because most people watch that they do. If you stop doing it, they will not get that much endorsement. Everyone does that. Anyone who comments, they're guilty of doing it day in and day out themselves. People have fights on Twitter and wherever else. When one guy gets run the other, they don't even care whether India has won or lost. And then they give lectures like media is covering
See,
this.
a batsman's job is to get runs. A media's job is for views and engagement. That's it. As simple as that. So, yep, is Shami Bhai bowling at, he's conceded a 4. No problem. It's just his first over after 14 months here. Okay, so, shall we?
Yes.
Yeah, have you missed out on anything?
No, I don't think so. I think server's down, I guess.
I think Shashwat must have done this. He's very upset that we are even talking about domestic cricket.
Yeah, it is. So,
Anyhow, the match has begun. First boundary of the match has been scored. Mohammad Shami is 2 balls in. Make that 3 now, and it's a dot ball. So 4 for no loss as far as England are concerned. The 4 of us will take your leave and join you at the halfway stage of the match for a short duration. But you know that the longer bit comes right towards the end. So a detailed analysis following around 11 o'clock. That's when the match should end.
yeah, 10:30.
Until then,
yeah.
bye bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you soon.
See you.